What are you doing?
Picking up wood.
Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to the shop tour. Got the ladder rack right here in the corner on my air compressor. Got my welding table here. You saw me use that. I've got a pallet full of concrete here, 3,600 pounds of concrete that Menards, I had forklift right in here, so that was convenient. Let me get this figured out. Sorry about the poor quality, but I'm still trying to figure out how to run this thing. As you can see, I'm not really very good at it. This is a thing that I made a while ago from a piece of one of the big spruce we cut down. It's got a vise, and then I got a tube vise or pipe vise that I got. I think it came from the train yard. I got it locally here. Whoop! There's my gloves poking out of my hoodie there. Yeah, that's a closer view of those two things. I got the drill press. I got my mechanics box there. The blue and green bin, I made that, oh geez, a year or so ago. I got a bunch of bins from Uline and then made a cabinet to hold them all nice and neat. So I'm pretty excited about the bin cabinet. Probably one of the funnest things I've made for the shop for sure. There's kind of a bunch of storage, foam and plywood pieces. Yeah, we're going to go back to the bin because I'm just so excited about it. This is kind of a work in progress. I just moved this stuff over a few months ago. It was on a different wall. But I finally got the wiring. And this wall is the front wall where the roll-up door, next to the roll-up door. Got the wiring done, got it sheetrocked, insulated. This is my really old job site table saw. I haven't really moved into any proper tools in yet. But I've been using this thing a lot over the last 3.5 years, so kind of got it set up there. There's a bunch of assorted other tools. I got I got my old sawhorses, and that's where I do all my rough work for the most part. Here's a tube that I got from work. Not sure why I'm showing the tube. Probably because I can't control the drone. Yeah, let's see. There's a really dusty light. Let's drop that down a little bit. Over to the left, I got that. Oh, no, left. No, other left. Okay. Underneath that whole pile is a bunch of roof panels. Oh, here's our canoe collection. That's actually our new Kevlar canoe that we got in September. Needs some work, but we got a great deal on it, so we're really excited about our new canoe. You can see the door and window that Mr. Plywood helped me put in. That's been great. Have a natural light in there. You can see my bench. That part of the floor has been framed for a while, so I've been kind of working over there. Yeah. There to the left is my giant whiteboard, which you've seen. I get a little closer view. There's my clamp rack that's on wheels, so you can just kind of roll that thing eventually wherever you want, wherever you need clamps. And here's a big deal coming up here. Finally started working on the ceiling. Let's see if we pan up a little bit, you can see it. Come on, there we go. Oh, tease. That's the little shower, the shower room to the left there, and then I made a little jog to bring it out further to protect that sink, the shop sink, because it kept freezing up last year. So I thought I would just, bring it into the shower room, so to speak. So yeah, here's here's the truss. Let me back up a little bit here. When I ordered the barn trusses, I didn't order them to have a live load, meaning you shouldn't carry anything storage-wise or anything. So what I'm going to do is skin each truss with plywood to really stiffen it up. That's actually the HRV line that goes up into the bedroom. So yeah. Oh, there's the footings for the floor down below with the rebar mats. So this, between this truss and the partition wall now, I've framed, and this is where we're doing the ceiling. 2x6 ceiling joists. That's the HRV duct that I'm insulating, because this space above here won't be insulated. Gives you an idea of what's going on a little bit. So yeah, it feels good to be working in the shop, getting stuff done, finishing stuff off, so eventually I can insulate and heat this thing. So yeah, like I say, skin the whole truss with plywood. That'll really stiffen it up. There's going to be the little doorway between the areas. And then you see, yeah, I got some floor joists on the other side. So I'm just trying to keep marching across. That's going to be a little tricky to hang sheetrock over the shower room. I don't have a definite plan for that yet. Going to zoom in on this wall for some unknown reason. All that additional framing there is to cover the roof on that other side. Oh, there we go. Top of the shower room. Got my plastic that I'm putting up before the sheetrock. Let's see, got some screen doors over there on the right hanging up. Let's bring this back towards the middle a little bit. There's my little, whoa, okay, there's some more footing holes. Got 3 holes ready to pour. As you see, I got the cement mixer right next to a hole, so we're going to be doing that tomorrow in this video. So yeah, that should be, it's always fun mixing up a bunch of cement, especially when you don't have to move it. There's a really good view of the flooring that we're doing. Again, apologies for my terrible drone control. I guess that's just a better view of the footing that I'm going to pour right there. There's our container full of our empty water jugs. That's interesting. There's another footing. Okay, Mike, come on, speed it up. People are yawning. I'm going to pause and get some snacks. Sometimes this is painful to watch, but again, 3 footings. Come on. Come on, little drone. Nope, other way. Come on, keep going. Oh, jeez. I'm really sorry. I feel like I should just cut this out. There's a little whoa. Oh, this is the wall where I store all my stuff. Cans and electrical. Oh, I'm getting seasick. There's my little hangout spot. When I have guests come over, we can sit there and play cribbage or shoot the shit or whatever people do. Yeah, that's bringing us full circle. You can see my metal saw over there on the left. I showed that. That thing is great, unbelievable. Really cuts through metal like butter. Here's a really cool storage rack I made out of paper tubes from work. We get our big printer paper on. So these are all different lengths, and then I just kind of put them together, and it's great. It's awesome, and I can store a lot of different stuff in there. Again, yeah, there's a lot of storage on that wall. Yeah, it's my chop saw. There's the table that I did the railing on. Yeah, brings us full circle. So yeah, the first of many tours. It's been good so far. I'm looking forward to having a real shop.
Okay.
All right, people. A little explainer. The shop floor is going to be completely different. Well, framed completely differently than the living side. I don't know if you remember, but in the living side, we had 4 central spots. Is that right? 4? Anyways. And then we tripled up an LVL to cover that distance with the floor joists. Here we're going to do something a little different. We're going to put, well, first of all, we're going to put this on more footing. So you can see I have a footing every 6 feet here. Like 3 footings. We just filled these today, right, Carmen?
Yes, we did.
So these are about 12 inches deep, which you might think, oh, what about my nemesis, frost heave? But in this case, these are going to be so far inside this building that eventually will be climate controlled that there's no way the soil here would ever freeze. So I can get by with a much shallower footing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a LVL and then a space and then another LVL out here. Instead of stacking a bunch together, I'm going to have about 6 inches between these. That way I can run all of my wiring through that chase over to here. And after we start framing this part of the floor, I'm also going to have chases where I can run the wiring and the dust collection, because I don't like overhead dust collection. So it's all going to be running the floors. So I'm going to be able to do that because I'm going to have all these channels in the floor framing. Make sense?
Yes.
So I got 3 footings here. We'll have 3 more there. It's almost December, so we had to get these poured before it freezes. So in order to protect these now, I'm going to cover them up with plastic, and then I'm going to pile a bunch of insulation on top of them. Otherwise, I guarantee that the soil will freeze in here, right? Because it pretty much always freezes. One thing that happened to me last fall, I strung a line across this whole floor, and I shimmed all the joists so it was nice and level. And about halfway through winter, this door started sticking, meaning that this floor was going up. And at the end of winter, I put my string line back up, and most of the center section had raised up 1.5 inches, which is a lot. So I can't really finish this framing officially until I get that mounted to something that's not going to go up and down. Makes sense? So now I could put those LVLs on our footing that's protected and not going to freeze. That way the whole thing hopefully shouldn't go up and down. Now, a lot of people are asking, why didn't you just put concrete floor, right, Carmen? Would have been a lot easier just to pour the whole slab from the start, right? Well, that's because I don't really want to live or work on concrete anymore. I'm done with it. But this whole section in front of the roll-up door will be concrete. So from that side all the way to the outside wall, come up and turn around, look down this way. All of this up until here will be concrete. That way I can get my van in here with some space to spare. And then all the flooring over there will all be the same wood, plywood floor. So, does that all make sense? We dug these down, we got them poured, now we can protect them from freezing and start building on them. Cool. Thanks, guys.